congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no hiding this. See, we came up from the bottom, me and squad got it. And we made it through them problems, now it's God body. We eat, sleep, breathe.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the 49ers and the Falcons, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the San Francisco 49ers and the Atlanta Falcons. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Falcons in this matchup. It's a relatively balanced offense. The next-gen stats kind of bear that out. What do you think they'll be looking to do in this one?
I think it'll be exactly what you just talked about. They'll want to be balanced on offense, which means to them, they'll want everyone involved. See if they can get some one-on-ones in the passing game. Maybe identify some situation where they can swing the ball to the backs in space. Even find some spots where they just want to play some open.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
And just think about what his ceiling in the NFL could be, because when you go back to his one collegiate season as a starter, the full season, he went undefeated, didn't throw an interception, and ran for over 1,000 yards as well. When you see him hit the field, you see a possible superstar in the making.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. Still very early in the season, obviously, CD, but already key injuries that they've had to deal with.
And what's really difficult for a team is to try and maintain their focus when they feel like they've been a little bit snake-bitten. It feels like every time they turn around, another injury crops up. How do they manage to hang together, get guys to play a little bit above their heads, and make sure that they're still afloat when their starters make it back?
Will go down as a gain of 6. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on. And I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle it, and go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Lance to throw it. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Falcons grab it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolded.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
So here are the Falcons now as they get set for their opening possession. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
Well, we've all seen what Tom Brady can do on a football field for a couple of decades now. But how about his most impressive accomplishment? Moving to a different franchise and taking them to a Super Bowl title as well. Not many players can continually stiff-arm Father Time the way that he has.
starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. To throw is Brady. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It'll be a 41-yard punt. Give him 5 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Lance now on 1st down. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that will bring up 2nd down. A handoff left, McCaffrey. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd. From the gun, it's Lance. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down. A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find him.
And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Trying to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. So for the 2nd time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the 1st. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Brady. He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Falcons.
And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, this is a guy who runs with such balance and control. I mean, he went through that early contact just like he was driving over a speed bump. And he's able to continue his way downfield and wind up in the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it was finished off by a touchdown catch from Drake London. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Lance and the 49ers now, 1st and 10.
At their own 26.
Off of play action, here's Lance.
Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Looking to throw again on second down. Lance. Open man is Samuel. Complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Lance on target to Samuel for a Niner first.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On first down, this is McCaffrey, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it 2nd and 7. Here's Lance. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. They run with McCaffrey off the option. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. If they want it first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Lance now to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 46 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Right, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent game and first down. Simply put, you've got to put more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. The Falcons at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they've gotten a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in Weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates will pile up later this season. So this is a great opportunity for them to put some early distance on the rest of the division and create a little bit of a cushion for them for later in the year.
The throw on second down by Brady is incomplete.
Like certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Throwing is Brady on third down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Drake London with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Falcons go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, this offensive unit, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in Week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was finished off by a touchdown catch from Drake London. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. A good chunk on the ground on the keeper, 17 yards, first down.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about...
And I think the ball's out, and the Falcons grab it.
On the move past the 40.
There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Let's go now, let's go. All right, who runs that? Let's go, get it out.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 64 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They'll run with Montgomery. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with second down coming up. Brady going to throw.
That ball is caught. It's London for the Atlanta touchdown.
Tom Brady, his third touchdown pass of this first half.
And the Falcons take a 3-touchdown lead. That's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now 21-0.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you get a chance to come back to it when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. Throwing again on second down. Lance, he finds his man, complete. It's Weaver. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Lance looks to throw again. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try waiting to the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's second down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Ready.
To throw again on second down. Lance. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the Falcons are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
I think this is going to lie very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with a 3-score lead, he's got a man, complete.
That's interference. Defense.
Brady now on first down. That's going to be caught. Touchdown. The fourth touchdown pass of the game for Tom Brady. And the Falcons continue to pull away here in this first half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Coup for the extra point.
It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
Following the touchdown, here's Coup to kick off.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
Well, the Niners going back on offense now. half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Looking to throw again on second down.
Lance over the middle, and he's got Gray.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Lance going to try and throw on third down here. Completes it to Samuel. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So we are at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll start up in the...
Well, everyone's eager to resume play here in this Week 2 contest, so we push right through halftime and back at it for the start of quarter 3. Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway.
Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. We'll get another look at Drake London as this offense returns to the field.
Well, this defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him, bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that a mid-game trade's going to happen, but...
Back to Montgomery on second down.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Brady.
To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done.
Give him 22 there on the third down conversion.
This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10.
They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. On play action, it's Brady. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Lance and the 49ers now, 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. Now Lance throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. Evades him at the 20. And some room to work. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 37 yards. So that about the shortest pass a quarterback can make, but it winds up going for a bundle.
Yeah, let's face it, in the stats, it sure looks like a heck of a throw, doesn't it? It's almost like in baseball when you get that little Texas leaguer that turns into a double. You would think that you hit it off the wall. Big-time play for him on a short little pass.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has not allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32.
Offense.
Mike McGlinchey, the Notre Dame man, guilty on that one. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. And Lance again going to keep it. Oh, he shifts past him. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. The quarterback run good for 10 that time, but it does lead to a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing is Lance on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, they have certainly pulled up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Yeah, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Time to get another look at Drake London and the Falcons offense. So far, he has the trio of touchdowns. Obviously, it's been a pretty good game for him.
So if this were hockey, they'd be throwing their hats out on the ice for the hat trick, right? I'm not sure exactly what you do in the NFL except applaud and continue to hope you see a little bit more of this. What a tremendous game.
You want to start a new tradition? What can we throw on the field?
I don't know.
Let's throw your mic out there.
A lot of fans would like that. Cut his mic off.
3 touchdowns so far. 1st down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. Oh, it springs free. Montgomery loses it. And this is going to be 49er football. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
From just shy of midfield, Lance. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. And in 2 plays just like that, they're already operating in the red zone. Throwing on 1st down is Lance. And it's caught. And he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense. Linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
2nd down and goal. Lance. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Danny Gray, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Niners are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And this is incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know that there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a 1st down. Well, CD, that helps the home team as they try to erase this deficit, give them the penalty for pass interference on the defense.
Yeah, and they certainly haven't been happy with what they've seen so far, have they? They're certainly hoping that that call now might get the fans back into this one.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
105 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. On 2nd down, Montgomery. Oh, he's got a little daylight.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
10 yards there and a 1st down for the Falcons.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Now Montgomery running right. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Now they'll throw with Brady. Touchdown, Falcons! 5 touchdown passes now for Tom Brady, and the Falcons are on their way to a 2-0 start.
Well, I'll tell you what, Charles, I know that you don't put a ton of stock into power rankings and things of that nature, but another score here, and 2 weeks into the season, this is maybe the most impressive team in the NFL. Would you agree?
Well, they've certainly sold me as they've sold you, and I agree with you, no question about it. They won easily last week. They're on their way to another lopsided victory here. They're definitely a team to be reckoned with, and they are serving notice to the rest of the league.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this?
Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Falcons grab it. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. Coup now for the point after. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Niners set to take over on offense. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Lance. Finding room at midfield. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now Lance again. This one caught by Kittle. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. On 1st and 10, here's Lance. That is caught inside the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take... And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Trey Lance, a 4-yard touchdown scamper. And the 49ers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. We'll get another look at Drake London as this offense returns to the field. He's knocking on that door for a 100-yard gain.
And what receiver doesn't want to be part of the Century Club? Every receiver, when the game starts, wants to have 100 or more yards next to his name. It's a badge of honor, but it also shows that you're helping out your team.
And he has certainly been helping out his team so far. They'll go to Montgomery to try to wind some clock. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 139 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
A give. This is Montgomery.
Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
To throw is Brady. And that will be incomplete.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
A 40-yard punt, no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. On first down, Lance.
They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Lance looking to throw it.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Weaver. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
Let's go. 52 blasters.
Lance now on first down.
Looking middle, and he lost the football. But an alert 49er able to gain possession, so they will indeed hold on to the pigskin.
Ready.
Lance now on first down.
He finds his man complete. It's Weaver. Well, now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
Here's Lance to throw it.
That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lasted one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That's coverage. This is a tight game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
One final try now for Lance.
One last shot at the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting. But obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You know, you just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, let's enjoy watching our team play this well. This is fun.
So for Atlanta, they use the favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0.
And they will